Hey guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more of the amazing Shinsengumi with Sanosuke Harada. Okay, yay, I said it right this time. Anyway, it's been a while since we've been back with this guy, so let's get going. Chapter 4. Sorry. June 5th. I was busy all day from morning till night. The city had been in a state of high alert since a few days prior. Everyone was restless. I stayed with Sanosuke at the Shinsengumi's base while I did housework. I wasn't sure what was going on outside. This was because Henri. Oh, Sanosuke. What's wrong? Do you need something? No, not really. Are you cooking right now? Yeah, I am. You can't have any until it's done. I wouldn't spoil my appetite like that, right? I'm just kidding. Jeez, your jokes are so harsh, Henri. Sanosuke! Sanosuke, where are you? Vice Captain Ichikata is calling me. Sorry, Henri. See you later. Sanosuke was always like this. He never talked about work. I heard that one of the enemy's factions was captured and they found a horde of weapons. I had even heard the prisoners were being tortured so Senshingumi could figure out their plans. I wasn't involved, so I only knew the rumors that was being spread. When the sun was setting, are you guys ready? Stay focused. If you let your guard down, you won't live to see tomorrow. Yes, sir. Good. Then let's go. Follow me. Yes, sir. I stood silently watching the soldiers march behind Sanosuke. Their weapons and armor were being brought to them separately, so they were unarmed. They didn't want to stand out, so they left in small groups. I imagined the battle along with their spirits as they were overwhelmed. I'm not sure what was going on there, but okay. There was a chance they wouldn't come back at all. That was the first time I really understood what that meant. I knew they arrested people during their patrols. I thought I knew what it meant when they were rushing into danger. Henri. Nevertheless, Sanosuke was always lively and smiling. I never thought that I might never see him again. Keeping my sorrow inside, I just stood there. I couldn't keep thinking like that. I told myself I need to pull myself together. The only thing I can do is pray that Sanosuke comes home safely, not to mention protecting the base. I clenched my wrist with determination. Even though I said protect, I didn't mean helping out with the attack. I was going to make sure they could relax when they returned. That was all I could do. Still, my feelings were strong enough. I was sure they would reach everyone. I was sure it would be useful to Sanosuke. I continued to stare out the gate as if watching him even though he wasn't there. I couldn't sleep that night. I wondered what was happening. Was Sanosuke safe? I turned over in bed and listened closely in case someone came home. It was a very long night. I couldn't bear it any longer. When it became light out, I rushed out of the base. It was still dimly lit, but I ran and searched for Sanosuke. I remember hearing the reinforcements were meeting at Gyeong District. I didn't know where they were headed after that, though. I desperately ran around searching for something, for someone who could help me. I went down Sanja Road and noticed a crowd in front of the Okita, an inn. I could see Sanosuke as well. Sanosuke! You're safe. Huh? Henri. So it was the night of the attack, I guess. I was relieved, but Sanosuke's eyes were opened up wide. What's wrong? What in the world are you doing here? It was like he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He continued to ask me questions. I was worried about you, Sanosuke. Hello. I was feeling lonely. Worried about you. I'm sorry for acting so selfishly. I was so worried about you, Sanosuke. If something had happened to him, I thought that I couldn't just sit still at the base. You were worried about me. That's why you went around searching for me so early in the morning. I swear. You're so cute, Henri. Sanosuke hugged me. Don't worry. I'll be fine. You weren't completely sure they'd be here, but that's why the troops split up during the search. I'm not sure if it was good or bad luck, but we ended up arriving late. We didn't do much work. Now we're just guarding the samurai we arrested. To ease my worries, Sanosuke uncharacteristically talked about work. We ran after the guys who escaped. As you can see, I'm fine. But everyone else... Captain Kondo and the others who went inside are in even worse condition. Sanosuke let his shoulders droop and his tone became serious. I looked around and suddenly realized Shinpachi's left hand was injured and blood gushing out of it. Soji's jacket was soaked in blood. He stood there as if nothing was wrong, but his face was pale. Blood was streaming down from Heisuke's forehead, and it looked like a serious injury. It must have been a terrible fight. I was relieved Sanosuke was fine, but everyone else was injured. I was embarrassed of myself. However, I was still glad Sanosuke didn't get hurt. I couldn't help but feel that way. I felt a little guilty about it. I'll go get a towel. Bandages and medicine as well. I regret not bringing those things with me when I ran out of the base. It's okay. We have a simple first aid kit here, so we should be fine. We've even called for a doctor. Sanosuke persuaded me not to get medicine. I thought I should stay and help everyone, but... Can you go back to the base and fix up something for us to eat? Everyone's starving after running around all over the place. His tone was soft, but his eyes were serious. Am I in the way if I stay here? I come all this way. I wanted to help. I wanted to be by his side. So I contested him. You're not in the way, but if you stay here, you'll see and hear lots of unpleasant things. So it's best if you don't stay too long. He was worried about me, offering me these kind words. Kind words, but he looks kind of pissed. Okay. I'll cook something up and wait for you. Come home soon, okay? I was worried about everyone else's injuries, but an experienced person would do a better job. I thought Sanosuke was uninjured, so I was relieved. I decided to go back early and make preparations for everyone else's return home. I didn't want you to see all this bloodshed, but I was glad you came all the way out here for me. You really surprised me. Waiting for me someplace safe. It's almost like we're a married couple. Sanosuke shyly smiled. I returned to the base and made a large batch of rice balls for everyone. I think this is like the only meal we know how to cook, isn't it? At least it's enough of note to repeat each time. I made simple things like miso soup and pickled vegetables in large quantities as well. After I finished cooking, the soldiers came home one by one. People were carried in on cots as well. It was painful to look at, but they smiled triumphantly as they came through the door. It was refreshing to see. I learned this afterward, but a faction of the anti-shogunates had planned on burning Kyoto down. In their awful chaos, they had planned to kidnap the emperor. I was so proud of Shinsengumi because they had prevented it from happening. Everyone let out a cheer for the food I prepared for them, and they ate it cheerfully. It was a magnificent sight. I was glad to listen to Sanosuke and had prepared food for everyone. Sanosuke laughed merrily, and I couldn't help but follow his suit. Almost everyone was done eating. I started to clean up when Sosuke appeared in front of me. Oh, what are you saying? You must be tired. Go rest. Then, save the cleaning for later. Can you come with me to my room? It wasn't his usual casual tone, nor was he teasing me. I had a hunch that he wasn't joking this time. I still had things to clean, but I put them aside and followed Sanosuke to his room. He went into his room and he closed the door. Sosuke hugged me tightly. As he embraced me, he pushed me down onto the floor. Okay, hi. I looked up at the ceiling and at Sanosuke's face. He put one of his arms behind my head as if he was protecting me. Our eyes met. What's wrong? What are you doing? Something must be wrong, right? Sanosuke, what's wrong? He looked worried, so I unconsciously put my hand on his cheek. Sanosuke grinned and kissed my hand softly. Sorry. Look at your face. I was so relieved. Can we stay like this for a little while? Sanosuke looked desperate and asked me to forgive him. When he said it like that, I couldn't resist any longer. Unless he come home safely and I was able to see his smile again. I was relieved as well. Sosuke didn't say anything and put his hand behind my back. He put his head on my shoulder. It was summer, but his body felt a little cold. Maybe it was from his sweat. You're so warm. You're just cold as all. I started getting embarrassed and looked away as I whispered to him. Then, will you warm me up? He whispered in my ear and kissed my neck. Our bodies were inseparable. My heart felt like it was about to explode. I realized Sanosuke could probably feel it, and I got even more embarrassed. He stole my lips and his hands started to grope my body. My body stiffened because of his rough hands. Sorry. Sanosuke realized this and suddenly stopped moving. It's unfair if I do it like this. I'm taking advantage of your kindness. You were just worried because I wasn't acting like myself, right? Yet I was using you and you hurt you in the process. Such a horrible person. Sosuke held his head and blamed himself. I was being used? Question mark. Like, I didn't have any idea. I'm not hurt at all. I'm not hurt at all. I embraced Sanosuke. I don't care if you're using me. I'm happy to take care of you when you're feeling down. But if I was just convenient for him, he chose me and no one else. I was helping him. I was content with that. Why are you? He whispered to me, irritated as he put his head softly under my shoulder. Sosuke didn't try and do anything else to me. That was why I didn't try to run away. As we tightly hugged each other, we didn't exchange words and our bodies were still. We spent what seemed to be an eternity together. Sosuke was a playboy, but he just hugged me. If I told someone, I'm sure they wouldn't believe me. Of course, I had no intention of telling anyone. I decided to keep it to myself. Oh, come back. Great. Wow, it's been what, 12. It's like, I'm recording this on the 30th of the month. Oh god, it's been a while. But it was cute and sweet. So let me know what you guys thought of that, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye. Kaze out.